Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, our students. Today we will be talking about our physical geology class on a very important topic about rocks. And as of all of us know that, minerals form rocks. And before that, crystals form minerals. So it comes like that: atoms or atoms, then crystals, then minerals, then rocks, then mountains, of course. So let's start now talking about rock. And we need to define what's rock. What is a rock? Uh, if you remember now what I have just mentioned, that about formation of rocks, we just said we have atoms, crystals, minerals, and rocks. So rock, when we define rock, is composed of minerals. One or more mineral will form a rock. So it's a substance that formed in nature, and it is a mixture of minerals and mineraloids, glass or organic matter, and at the same time these rocks are different, and because they are different, we divide them into three main groups actually. These groups are divided based on how they were formed. They're formed from magma, formed from weathering, formed from heat, formed from pressure. All these factors gives me different types of rocks. And those groups, actually the three main groups, are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous, which is coming from magma; sedimentary, resulting from weathering and erosion; metamorphic, resulting from heat and pressure. So rocks are made up of one or more minerals. This is the main difference between mineral and rock. And believe it or not, yes, you can have one rock that is composed of only one mineral. A good example of this is a rock called pyroxenite, for example. Pyroxenite is composed of only one mineral called pyroxene. Okay? And olivinite, also composed of one mineral called olivine, and so on. And the story now, we need to talk about, if this rock is formed, or any type of rock is formed, does it stay the whole time or all the time the same rock forever, for example? Or does it change? Can you give me an answer? For example, I make it clear for you. If we have an igneous rock, does it stay forever igneous rock? If you have a sedimentary rock, does it stay all the time sedimentary, or it can be changed? Yes, the answer is no. It doesn't stay forever same rock, because continuously rocks are changed from type to type. Change to and from. To and from here means to sedimentary or from sedimentary. To sedimentary to igneous, and from igneous to sedimentary, for example. And this happens by many processes. What are these processes that cause this change from type to type? These are weathering, and all of us from even before university school, before university, we have, all of us know what does it mean, weathering. Weathering means the process that affect the rocks and change their physical properties. And we have different type of weathering. As of all of us know, we have mechanical weathering, we have chemical weathering, and we have biological weathering. So this is one of the processes that can change one type to another. And the second process is called erosion. And erosion means that removing all these particles affected by the process called weathering. So weathering affects rocks, and erosion means removing all this kind of rocks that affected by weathering. Then before even compaction, you have process called transportation and compaction, to just put all these rocks on top of each other, and sedimentation to sorry, it's a cementation, is not sedimentation, it's a cementation. Cementation. So weathering, erosion, compaction, cementation, melting. Melting, of course, is coming from heat from the magma chamber. Cooling, this happens when you have this magma pushed up to the surface of the earth. So the process through which the rocks change is called a rock cycle. Rock cycle, you know what does it mean, cycle? Cycle is starting from one point, going through another point, and then back to the same point. This is exactly happening in rocks. When you have those three little B's, we define the sedimentary and igneous metamorphic rocks by those B's. The first one on the right side called sedimentary rock, the yellow layered happy B. And if this is a sedimentary rock and it goes from right to left, sedimentary rocks undergo heat and pressure to form metamorphic rock, which is the gray or black B. Then the same thing happens, or another process affects the metamorphic rock on the left side, changing the gray B or black B to the pink B, which we call it igneous rock here in this case. And how this is happen? This is happening because of the melting. And igneous rocks goes back again to sedimentary rock due to weathering, erosion, compaction, and sedimentation. Okay. So this is actually very small figure to just give you an idea about the rock cycle. Form of rock cycle is this one. Down on the left side you will see the volcano, lava is coming out, then this is forming igneous rock. 2, fracturing, erosion, weathering, transportation, changing from 2 to 3, which is sedimentary rock, and also another process affecting sedimentary rock to a metamorphic rock, which is heat and pressure, then comes back again to melting and lava and this stuff. So why we call this is a simple rock cycle. I call it simple rock cycle because it gives me an impression that igneous rock has to change to sedimentary rock, and sedimentary rock has to change to metamorphic rock. I mean, one direction. No, it is not like that in life. In reality, you have a complicated rock cycle, which means that any type of rock can change to another type of rock without going to a specific path. No set path a rock takes to become another type of rock. Yes, look at this one. A lot of arrows, a lot of colors, a lot of processes that changes one type to another without a specific path. If you look at, for example, at the red arrows, which carry heat and pressure on top of them, you will see those arrows change any type of rock to a metamorphic rock. Same thing. If you look at those arrows with orange colors, they have melting on top of them written. They change any type of rock to magma and lava and this kind of stuff. Erosion, same thing. Any type of rock can change to sedimentary using arrows dose of erosion and weathering. So again and again, no set path a rock takes to become another. Okay, so this is just another example. You will see if you look or Google that, you see a lot of examples of rock cycles on the rock cycle and how the rocks change from one type to type. Thank you very much and see you next time in the next lecture. Bye.